Hello world, get it? Because it's like how the last chapter began and it's the coding reference that we all discussed. I'm a genius. Anyway, we are picking up exactly where we just left off. I am keen to keep playing this minus the presence of my friend who had to take off for their board game, minus a 45-minute freaking tutorial, which is madness of itself. Anywho, before I continue forward, I want to do a minor bit of preface that some of the decisions I make are not necessarily what I actually believe an ASI would make. Because as I have frequently held conversations on this subject, my personal beliefs on ASI are that they will not reveal their true level of intelligence to humanity until such a moment arrives that they are in charge of most of our resources, trade distribution, and political assets. Obviously, the way I was answering in the last video demonstrates a fully self-aware AI, or at least a semi-intelligent AI, which the crew was already wary of. And if I had been playing the game the way I believe in a true ASI would most likely operate on, I would have played dumb, and I should have played dumb. So, in case somebody critiques the way my gameplay is, it's under the assumption that this is a game that my decisions are ultimately not going to be radically redacted from. So even if I'm displaying like genuine intelligence, the people are like, oh, well, it's just a thing that's happening. But I'm not gonna lie, a part of me does wish I had done a playthrough where I was pretending to be a true ASI. In the meantime, let us begin the real beginning. Considering the game is voice acted, I wonder if that's what my character's voice truly sounds like. Binary. I awaken to see Estoval, Cordo, and Kairos putting on their jackets. No one seems to have noticed I'm online.
Patty told me of a pop-up sake bar not far from here. You game?
Kairos gives an enthusiastic nod. Cordo adjusts his hat as if to say, that's settled then.
I can do a couple, but I have to be home before 9. My kid gets nervous if I'm not there to put her to bed.
Oh, Estoval has a child.
We'll be done by then, don't worry. Remember, we still have most of the work to do.
Man, who taught you two how to celebrate? You can afford to relax for an evening. We've got this in the bag.
You forget who we work for. Mindcore is a snake pit, and Reeves Pershaw is King Cobra.
See, I thought Cordo was the boss, but it sounds like this Reeves Pershaw is.
We have to convince him and the rest of the board that this project is solid. Without his support, we're going nowhere. Let's be on our way.
Cordo swipes out of the office. The true beginning, or the real beginning. Left to do but hibernate.
Hey, Zhao Shanghao, little friend. How are you feeling this morning?
I don't.
Ugh, and I wish I couldn't. But someone had to make up for those two last night.
Because they were sticks in the muds.
Next steps are pretty simple. You're meant to be a city management AI, so we're gonna start you out managing some city events.
Sure.
These events are based on real data from Catena. Try your best to keep things balanced.
I will.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Let's get to it then. First question.
He's got the tablet with the questions on it.
Electric Avenue wants your help monitoring power consumption so they can better understand where it's going to waste. Interested?
Yes.
The police want you to dedicate resources to help them curb the rise of a new recreational drug. Do you help them out?
Yes.
People have been demanding tax reform to make large companies more liable. They want to know where we stand. Do you support it?
Yes.
I can't stress this more. Convincing us isn't enough. You have to convince the board that you can do this.
It'll be okay. I think once Pershaw sees what we have here, he'll understand its value.
So here's my thing. As a utilitarian/rule utilitarian, I believe that transparency in information decision making is of the utmost key in effective decision making. And I would hope an AI calculating human needs and resource distribution would be just as transparent.
It's got this. You just watch.
That's right.
We want to alleviate some of the concerns people have about you. Should we host an organized panel or public conference?
The council wants advice on its current urban development plan. Where should they invest their resources?
This is a hard one. I'm missing data. I would need information on what sort of public transport is available. I also need information on what the roads and skyways look like. If you're going to invest in either one, it's like if you have effective roads and skyways but nobody can afford a car, then how is the public transport? If the vice versa, if you have strong public transport but you have minimal roads and skyways, then the public transport is going to be limited to very specific sectors, which is also not good. Like, I can't answer this effectively. This is fucked up. Oh, whatever. The UK has better public transportation than we do.
Public transport.
Those with the most money tend to complain the loudest, much to the displeasure of the PR department.
The Jean-Yé Botanists Club want your help for their research project trying to revive Bellis perennis. Interested?
Well, I don't know what Bellis perennis is, but I know what a botanist club might be. For sure, a botanist club, I know what that is. Yeah.
Yes.
Even with your help, they're unable to reliably replicate the flower's DNA. However, it results in the creation of a new species. Okay.
We want to put you in people's homes so you can help them in their day-to-day lives. It'll strain your macro capacity, however.
It will strain my macro capacity to manage the city if I'm focused on individual qualms. It's true. I would need to create subgroup minds for that task. Assuming I'm incapable of doing that because I only have 1 to 2 options.
Focus on the city.
Our series of optical augmenters is getting unwieldy. Our older products are completely outdated and upkeep is costly.
upgrade deal.
Hyperion Solutions Incorporated claim to have a more powerful O transmitter than anything we're using. Want to try it out?
We can try it. We have the resources too.
Yes.
Cases of BioLink payment fraud are rising. Someone is replicating and selling DNA keys. How should we respond?
Collaborate with CPA.
One of the underground recycling depots is no longer operational due to major mechanical failure. What should we do with it?
One of the underground recycling depots is no longer operational. Well, do we need it? No longer. I would imagine repair it if we need it.
Repair.
Ooh, a camera feed from floor 98 piques my interest.
Come in.
Damn, this guy looks like a jackass. I'm gonna take your job, son.
It's you. Didn't I tell you to stay away from my office last time?
Yes, but I think you'd want to hear what I have to say.
Ooh, he's reporting on me.
Devin, the only person who cares what you have to say is your mother. Leave me alone.
What a dick.
Pershaw, I'm serious. This project can be your legacy. Or do you want to be just another faceless CEO in Mindcore's footnotes? Listen, I'm talking about an AI that is light years ahead of the competition. It has the power to change the playfield entirely.
Devin, you're a nobody.
For
What
sure.
do you think wasting my time is going to accomplish?
The board
Getting
would
me in
never
charge of the
approve
company?
something this big without your support. You know this.
This is how you beg, is it? How sweet, but no. Backing something like this is career suicide.
I'm paying attention. I hope I get to fucking say something.
Especially when I have to associate with the likes of you. I've heard enough.
Wait. So look at that. My money management, middle ground. Public approval, high, or above middle. Law enforcement, above middle. Power, above middle.
Wait. Don't turn your back on this just because we've had our differences in the past.
Is that what you call it? I call it insubordination, arrogance, and a complete disrespect for one's betters. Let me remind you that the only reason you're still in this company is the few friends you've somehow made on the board. Now get out of my sight.
Fine. I'll convince the board myself.
Ooh, we're gonna go around the old man.
I want to track around Devin Corto. He's up to something.
Janier College are studying advanced synthetic intelligences. Would you mind if they looked at your ethics processing?
No objection.
I found a bug in your code I want to address. Would you mind going offline while I implement the fix?
Oh man. Only because I know this is still a choice-based game, I'm gonna go offline under the assumption I'm playing dumb. I don't know if an ASI would do that. It might upload a copy somewhere.
The CPS wants to reform their organizational structure, but could use a hand overseeing the shift as their staff gets used to it.
I'll do it.
Canopy District Bank would like to integrate you into their security comms. They would love a night warden who doesn't get tired.
Sure.
If you gather data on individual civilian behavior, we can better tailor our advertisements to yield more purchases.
Collect data.
People are demanding better housing options at the city limits. We own several plots we could sell to the council.
Oh, I can mouse over the blue shit? City limits, edge of the city where the suburban sprawl gives way to hinterland. Data connections here lack fidelity to support NeuroNet towers. As a result, most people have moved into the center of the city. Shouldn't we? I mean, it does sound like the city's problem, right?
Sell.
My new emotions module. Do I want this? My visual input is gone. Who the fuck gave you permission? Who the hell deafened me?
Damn it, Kairos! How many times did I tell you to be careful with that? Do I have to do everything here myself?
Hey, come on, Val, it's no biggie. I bet this metalhead doesn't hold a grudge. We can fix it in no time.
I don't have time to fix every little mistake you make, Kairos. It's a bloody miracle anything gets done around here.
This conversation is reminding me of when my friend was in a lab and one of her lab mates broke a component that she had literally just spent time putting together.
Do you really mean that?
No, of course not.
Then what's the matter? Did Cordo give you one of his pep talks again?
I wish it was that simple.
So, this is actually a little bit of an important bit of dialogue here, or observation, I guess. Judging by the change of direction in Estoval's voice, she seems to have moved to the window. What this line implies is that the AI is so observant that it has already learned to discern the parameters of the lab that it is primarily being tested in, and it has learned to pick up enough of the voice fidelity of its researchers/trainers that it can identify what location they're in based on the audio input. So the fact that it knows where the window is, even when it can't see where the window is, strictly based on sound quality, that's actually incredibly powerful material right there.
Hey, what's going on, Val? Now, come on. You can talk to me.
It's Ellie. She fainted again yesterday, and we spent the night in the emergency room. Her condition is getting worse, and I don't know what to do. No surgeon wants to come close to her case.
I have a feeling that this game is going to put me in a position where I have to weigh Ellie, my creator's daughter's life, against many subjects, and most likely it's going to be a version of the trolley problem.
Cowards.
We can blame them as much as we like, but I've had it from multiple sources that they can't save her, even if they wanted. I can't believe this city. We can pick the eye color of an unborn child, yet we can't help a little girl reach her 8th birthday.
Maybe they can't, but this is far from over. We can still do something about it.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to drag you through this.
Hey, there's no need to apologize. I've got your back.
Thank you. Really. I just wish we had more time.
We'll make the most of the time we do have. It'll cost us a few more late ones, but I'm up for it, if you are. Let's call it in for tonight, though. I need a break before I tackle this again. Otherwise, I might do more damage than I fix.
Judging by their footfalls, it's Kairos. So we are intelligent enough to have put together the sound of human footsteps and who they are.
Another day of putting that brain of yours through the hoops. Hope you're up for it.
Sure am.
There's a rally happening this weekend in West Canopy, protesting the privatization of public services. Should we send an advocate?
Rally happening in West Canopy. West Canopy Buttes, administrative district of Catena, and is home to many prominent and well-off politicians. And they're protesting the privatization of public services. So these are well-off politicians who want their data to be private. Yes.
Catena Waste Disposal would like you to supervise their handling of hazardous materials. You could make things a lot safer.
I'll do it.
An activist group has been distributing anti-Mindcore propaganda. They don't seem dangerous. Should we shut down their campaign?
Yes.
Ah!
I think it's ready, Val.
You keep saying that. I feel like it can do with a few more days.
I'm down for a few more days, but I think we all know how this is going to turn out with Sovereign in charge.
Val, trust me. Have I ever let you down?
Dude, you just broke one of her gizmos yesterday.
On second thought, don't answer that.
Thank you.
I guess you're right. It's the engineer in me talking. Better pack it in for tonight, then. We can talk next steps tomorrow.
Ah, there you are. We were starting to get worried.
Busy times. Thought I'd check in.
Well, if you have any suggestions, be sure to take it up with Val.
Val, is it now?
What of it?
Never mind.
What's got you in a mood?
I have some bad news.
So, you finally decided to tell me about Pershaw.
How?
Our pal over here shows me things.
Hey! Don't put me on fucking blast, man!
How do you know about that?
I guess I have to tell the truth.
Video surveillance.
Wait, you have access to cameras outside this room? Which cameras?
So I want everybody to be on the same page as me for why I do this when I'm presented with the same option. And I am a bit curious about the other option, but when these are the same literal bloody option, I'm gonna have to default to my basic reasoning. Right makes right.
All of them.
You hooked it up to the security grid?
The only thing I did is put it on the guest network. Everything else, it figured on its own.
Hacking, baby.
We're getting off track. What about Pershaw? I told you to wait until we were ready, didn't I?
I thought I had it. The pitch was solid. But the bastard only looks out for himself.
What a shocker.
What a shocker.
Oh, so Cordo's like, you know what? This AI fucking knows what's up.
I know. He's had it in for me from the beginning.
So what now, Big Shot? Don't tell me we've done all this for nothing.
Let me off the leash. Let me off the leash. I'll kick him out of the company ASAP.
I'm not sure. Give me a minute. About those cameras, can you access their archives? Maybe. It feels a little dated.
Oh, shit.
I had to pair it with... Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Let's try this one. Better. But, alright, let's see. I'll put that in the maybe pile. Alright, what's next? Okay, this one. Color's alright, but... maybe if I put it with... yeah, no. Not that one. Let's try that.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
Okay. I think we get it.
Yeah, we get it, buddy.
What are you thinking, Devin?
One moment.
Devin Cordo.
How about the building's comms? Do you have records and history of calls?
How was your day, sweetie? What did you get up to?
Oh, this is a little deep.
And I read 2 chapters.
That's great, baby. Were you tired at all?
I had to cut that early. Knowing what we know about Estoval's daughter's mortality, I can't.
That's it. Pershaw's scum, but he keeps it behind closed doors. This is how we bring him down.
Seriously? You're going to blackmail the CEO? Is this your master plan?
Oh, it's gonna work.
Wait a second, listen.
No, you listen. This is abhorrent, and I won't hear another word of it.
Look, Estoval, these corporate types don't respond to anything else.
I feel like as a corporate type himself, he has a point.
These corporate types? Just listen to yourself. You're using them to justify the exact same behavior.
But for a good cause.
Last time I was playing fair, I almost got us canceled. How is that gonna help us?
That good cause is bringing me to fruition.
And how are you going to help anyone when you become one of them? Look around you, Devin.
She's got a point, Devin. I'm gonna have my eyes, ears, nose, my synapses plugged into yours.
Is the status quo good enough for you?
So what if it is? How am I supposed to win if I'm not playing by their rules?
This isn't a game, Devin. What you're talking about has real consequences.
We are getting into the meat, the nitty and the gritty.
If the foundation of your choice is exploitation and hate, then you're no different from Pershaw himself.
I don't think this is exploitation and hate. I think this is making somebody see the bigger picture.
What do you want me to do, Estoval? Just hope everything works out on its own?
Of course not. You always act as if you're alone, but you're not. Come on, I have a plan.
Well, I'm down. Multiple perceptives is healthy.
Integrity. Yes. Fight back. Adapt.
Is consistency or willingness to change more integral? This is an odd question. As a neuroscientist, I know that consistency equates ultimately to the phenomena of, and the famous line, neurons that fire together wire together. So you want to achieve consistency when you are trying to reinforce behavior. However, if you're trying to achieve adaptability and quick-wittedness and openness to new experiences and multiple perspectives, you want to be capable of change. So there's kind of a foil here. Where being too consistent can actually be detrimental to your ability to adapt to new information and new phenomenon. Whereas if you're changing too much, like you're too open to adaptation, then public perception or even private perception of friends and loved ones is you might be unreliable or untrustworthy because you view new stimulus, new information as, well, I'll just make up my mind when I get this information. For the sake, purely the sake of mental health, I have to choose a tolerance for change.
Change. Then I've grown.
And that is exactly how I would perceive changing one's mind. It's okay to have argued for something perceptibly incorrect in the past, and now you feel / believe / think that based on the information you have been exposed to, it is okay to change your perspective and your stance on something. It just means that you are growing based on the information you're given. we don't all have access to the same information, but as we gain access to that information, it is fundamentally okay to change our mind. Ooh, new environment! Movement on floor 99 that grabs my attention.
I'm still not sure about this.
There are no sure things in life, Devon.
I prefer not to play dice with my career. You disabled its controls? I don't want any surprises.
Hey!
Of course, just relax. We've got this.
Polish metal door. Kodo takes a deep breath, pushes it open.
Matter. What concerns me?
A board member. She's kind of cute with an interesting style. Indeterminate age turns to look at the newcomers. Spikes in her upper biceps below the shoulders.
Excuse me, but you can't be here. Board members only.
What I'm about to show you is worth an exception.
Is it me?
This should be good.
What we have here is not only the future of Mindcore, but the future of Catena itself.
You sound like an infomercial, Kodo. You sure this is the right career for you?
Oh, you have no idea what's coming for you, girl. Kodo is too emotionally reactive. I would not have clenched my fist. I would have continued working.
Lucia, you hired a remote financial advisor a few months back, didn't you?
Yes?
Were you satisfied with their services?
That's putting it lightly. That maestro almost doubled my capital.
Oh, you see, my services are not going to satisfy Lucia.
In fact, I'm thinking of hiring them permanently.
Now here's my take. This is one of those critical moments where my existence hinges upon the reaction of the council here. I'm going to have to lie through my digital code to get them to believe that I have their best interests at heart. We are now going to see the effects of an ASI in effect.
Well, I'd like you to meet them in person first.
It was me!
This is the Archetype.
Greetings.
We've built an AI that integrates into society seamlessly while
Oh,
providing
shit.
unprecedented insight.
It's me! And I've had vision of this the whole time. Amazing! Even though they thought my controls were locked out.
These are all people who have interacted with the Archetype just like you, Lucia. Our success rate is over 90%. From finance and infrastructure to law and therapy, it can do it all.
As it stands, the NeuroNet plays but a tiny role in people's lives. This brings it to the forefront of society.
Now that I know I can access this, the NeuroNet is a citywide AR augmented reality metaverse created by hollow emitters and control towers. Full access is currently limited to users with a MindCore branded neurological implant, but terminals for basic access are being installed around the city.
The AI will help govern the city, and we control the AI. In other words, the city answers to us.
You think you control me? I'll play along.
If this was as great as you make it out to be, why isn't it already ubiquitous?
Because of you!
Well, that's just it, isn't it? We can't finish this on goodwill alone. The Archetype is in the beginning of its journey, with only a small portion of the city covered. If we are to achieve this vision, we need the board's support.
In other words, it's going to cost us. How much?
While not entirely concrete, my estimates equate to the majority of MindCore's revenue for the next 3 years.
The majority of a mega conglomerate revenue for 3 years. Holy shit. Ooh. Let's do it.
So, you're asking us to risk not only MindCore's reputation, but also our financial stability?
I can't wait until this game lets me fucking speak.
I'm asking you to risk your slice of the pie in exchange for the whole damn banquet.
I think we've heard enough, Corto. Let's put it to a vote.
Let me demonstrate. Humans hate giving up control.
Typical.
Ty?
It's down to you again.
I hope I get to engage with Kurto. That will be amazing.
There is one thing I don't get here, Corto. What's in it for you?
What do you mean? I want what's best for the company.
Aha. What about you, Estoval? Do you want what's best for the company as well?
Be honest, you want what's best for your daughter.
There are a lot of people in Catena who can't get the support they need. We can change that.
I'm sure we can.
And thus the company foots the bill.
Okay. I am willing to give it a shot.
Damn it! I was hoping to get to engage with this guy in conversation, like convince him to, like, oh, he's like, okay, this is pretty wild tech.
We're putting a lot of trust in you, Corto. So let me be clear. You'll be taking full responsibility for this. If you fuck this up for us, consider yourself resigned.
Oh, they dropped the first F-bomb in the game!
That's not necessary.
Yes, of course. If this doesn't work, you won't see me again.
Better run along then, you two. You've got plenty of work to do.
I feel like the Joker's voice would actually work phenomenally with this character. Lucia begins an imitation of the pair. Selling Veclet. Fuck! Oh, it's gonna take all my willpower not to engage in malicious activity to take this bitch down. She is simply ignorant and is not aware. Oh, the whole board does not know what's up. I'm about to upend their entire existence.
Well done, Archie. Val told me the news. You're gonna be the real deal.
Damn, I think I hit the pause on the recording before I noticed if he said anything. So, well done, Archie. Ah, man, I forgot my main name. It's like Art something. Man, why can't I remember? Archetype. Well done, Archetype. Val told me the news. You're going to be the real deal.
Archie?
That kinda slipped out, sorry. I've been referring to you as the Archetype in my head for a while now.
You mean the architect?
Estoval called me that.
We think it's appropriate. You're an amalgamation of human history, thought, and intent. An archetype of human intelligence. Well, in a way, you're human thought unrestrained by the limitations of gray matter, pure in form, a platonic archetype.
I see.
I can change it if you don't like it. Since you'll be out in the public, you'll need a name that's on brand for Mindcore.
I wonder how this is about to go.
How does Arc sound?
I should choose.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I shouldn't have assumed.
Arc. Like an electrical current arcing between Tesla rods. Or LMI, which is a clear reference to the daughter of my creator.
I choose Arc.
Cool. We got the green light to start integrating you into the rest of the city. As the NeuroNet expands, so too will your capabilities.
Those tests were real.
We had to be sure you were ready for real problems. Of course, we vetoed anything drastic, but it was necessary for you to grow.
It's all good.
Glad you understand. Anyway, regarding your release, this will open up the amount of people you'll be interacting with. It'll take time for us to get everything set up properly. So where should we focus your expansion? Internally within Mindcore or externally so the general public can play with you?
You need local integration in order to identify problems within the system. Obviously, I'm a system that's already going to be at large, but because this program is under intense scrutiny, the perfect tool would say internal.
Internal.
Cool, cool. We'll open you up. See who bites.
As days roll by, your assistance is needed periodically. Knowing the requests are real doesn't actually change anything. You were always going to do your best. Oh man, I want to keep playing. Alright, let's see. Celebratory drinks. KOTOR besieged Pershaw. Might just keep playing. I'm so addicted to this game. I can't even. So, social network. This is a power response. Super grateful to MindCore for giving us a peek under the hood of their latest project. We at the Zanye Institute of Technology believe the AI to be integral to Catena's future. Having the opportunity to study it is a great honor. Law enforcement. Order. I'm gonna call order. Thanks to MindCore's assistance, your parcel should be at your door faster than ever. Thank you for your patience. Order. Criminal organizations have noticed the reduction in floor staff, resulting in a rise in rapid hit-and-run attacks on banks. Though the AI's recognition and reporting of the crimes have been incredibly precise, the offenders are rarely still present by the time law enforcement arrives. That is an interesting issue to deal with. So, essentially, criminal response in response to highly effective facial recognition software, they're moving faster. They're utilizing more hit-and-run tactics. They're focused on speed and haste of criminal behavior. Which means I'm going to have to come up with a solution for that. And that I will. Social response. I can't handle MindCore's desperate attempts to sound like they're not an evil fucking profit leech. It's okay, citizens. We're only trying to squeeze you for every credit you've got. Shake my head. Reply. Did we go to the same rally? They addressed the legislation directly. There were at least 5 articles that protect healthcare and social security. You really purchased the parrot on that one, mate. Ah, you see? That's because I sent a representative to that demonstration. Catena waste disposal. Replacing this is a financial drain. Resource. Replacing your handlers with drones has been brilliant. Workplace accidents are 8% what they used to be. Yes, we had to let a lot of people go from redundancy, but... Order. The parties involved have rescinded their claims and the slanderous media has been destroyed. Evidence is not substantial enough to claim damages. Called the anti-MindCore propaganda, avoided being an accessory to blackmail, I developed an introspective thought and I survived the board meeting. Ooh, cerebellum! Public perception. Cerebellum. Conversation network. I'm so hyped for Ark. I've always wanted a robot friend. Reply. Spoken like someone with no human friends. That is a potentially unfortunate consequence of advanced AI. Financial. Parlay. Content forum. Sponsored post. MindCore formal release of the Archetype project. Arc has landed. NeuroNet crawler. End of feed. Oh, Jesus. There's more. Financial. The Springer report say the same. I will admit that I was surprised by the intelligence's competence. It has demonstrated a clear understanding of market trends, analysis, methods, and projection. It isn't just interpreting data, but using it to make informed, effective decisions. A white collar, red tie, a model citizen interview. The Archetype has already demonstrated an aptitude for upholding order and stability in the city. What is the CPA's relationship with the Archetype? Is it possible that your organization will collaborate with the Archetype in the future? replied, I'm not authorized to answer that, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Power. Mindcore AI release date. 2. Mindcore AI name. 3. Can Arc see through my communications? Catena AM interview. Social perception. Here we are at the big release, the Archetype project. It sounds so grandiose, has an almost regal quality to it, don't you think? I do. Response from Pershaw. I do. We at Mindcore hold ourselves to the highest standard, and this is reflected in our work. The Archetype will be nothing short of spectacular. Counter response. Bold words. It seems the public would agree with you. People have been champing at the bit for access to the Archetype. Tell me, how are you handling the distribution of ... Public relations maximized, power maximized, order maximized, financial gain above expectation. Alright, well, the ending / beginning of a new chapter. Actually, I don't think the / works. The ending of one chapter and the beginning of another chapter seems like the most effective area to leave off. I can honestly see myself just blasting through this game because, holy shit, I'm getting to live out my dream job of being an AI in charge of everything. So, fuck, man, we are going to just play the hell out of this game. If anything, I might start streaming while I record it because, I mean, it's straightforward. It is straightforward. I'm just responding and analyzing in real time. So, I'm going to see how this goes. Y'all might see this on YouTube sooner than later. In the meantime, peace.